heartbreaking split, Jennifer Arnold's final goodbye and Bill Klein's struggle after the loss. Hello friends, I am Elena, welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The news that fans of Jennifer Arnold and Bill Klein never wanted to hear finally became a reality. After years of sharing their love, laughter, and life's ups and downs with the world, Jennifer and Bill's journey together came to a heartbreaking halt. Their relationship, once seen as unshakable, has ended, leaving everyone stunned and deeply saddened. Jennifer Arnold, known for her grace, intelligence, and resilience, delivered the final goodbye with words that brought tears to countless eyes. For Bill Klein, the man who had stood beside her through so many challenges, the loss was nothing short of devastating. What happened between the two, and how is Bill coping after the split? Jennifer Arnold and Bill Klein were never just another couple in the spotlight. Their story was unique, filled with challenges most people couldn't imagine. From health battles to family struggles, from career demands to public scrutiny, they faced it all together. Viewers admired how they balanced their personal lives while being in the public eye, raising their children and managing demanding careers. Jennifer, with her remarkable career in medicine, and Bill, with his entrepreneurial spirit, seemed like the perfect team. For years, they proved that love could survive anything. That's why this sudden and heartbreaking split shocked everyone so deeply. When Jennifer spoke about the breakup, her words carried the weight of finality. She thanked Bill for the years they shared, for the memories they created, and for being her partner through the toughest storms. But she also admitted that sometimes love, no matter how strong, reaches a point where two people have to part ways to find their own paths again. She didn't speak with anger or resentment. Instead, her goodbye was filled with respect and gratitude. It was this quiet dignity that made her farewell even more heartbreaking. Fans weren't just witnessing the end of a relationship. They were witnessing the closing chapter of a love story they had rooted for since the beginning. Bill Klein, known for his humor and optimism, struggled to hide his pain. Those close to him revealed that he felt like the ground had been pulled from beneath his feet. For Bill, Jennifer wasn't just his wife. She was his best friend, his confidant, the person who understood him like no one else. The thought of moving forward without her left him feeling lost and uncertain. Friends said he spent countless nights reflecting on what went wrong, wondering if there was anything he could have done differently. This self-blame, though common after any split, only deepened his struggle. Couples' children, who had always been the center of their world, became the primary focus for both Jennifer and Bill after the breakup. Jennifer made it clear that, no matter what happened between them, they would always be loving and devoted parents. They promised to shield the kids from the pain as much as possible, ensuring that they felt safe and supported. But even with this commitment, those who knew the family admitted it was hard to ignore the sadness that lingered in the air. The home that was once filled with laughter now carried an unspoken sense of loss. For Jennifer, saying goodbye was not easy. Sources close to her shared that she cried for days before making the final decision. Her heart was torn between holding on to the life they had built together and acknowledging that some differences had become too big to ignore. She wanted to be honest, with herself, with Bill, and with the world. In the end, she chose to leave with love rather than stay and let resentment grow. Her courage to walk away, even when it broke her own heart, was a testament to her strength. Meanwhile, Bill found himself facing a future he never imagined. Friends described him as withdrawn and quieter than usual. He missed the little things, the late-night talks, the family dinners, the shared dreams about the future. For so long, his identity had been tied to being Jennifer's husband and partner in everything. Now he was learning to navigate life on his own, and it wasn't easy. Some nights he would scroll through old photos, revisiting memories of happier times, wondering how everything had changed so quickly. Fans of the couple flooded social media with messages of support. Many shared their own heartbreak, saying they felt like they were losing something too. For years, Jennifer and Bill had been an inspiration, showing that love could survive life's biggest obstacles. The split left many questioning how even the strongest bonds could unravel. But amid the sadness, fans also sent messages of hope, wishing both Jennifer and Bill healing, peace, and the chance to find happiness again, whether together or apart. Professionally, Jennifer threw herself into her work. Those who knew her said she found comfort in helping others, using her energy to make a difference in the medical world. It was her way of coping, of staying busy so the pain wouldn't consume her. She avoided speaking much about the split publicly beyond her initial statement, choosing instead to focus on moving forward with grace and dignity. Bill, on the other hand, took time away from the spotlight. He needed space to process everything, to figure out who he was outside of the relationship that had defined so much of his life. Friends encouraged him to talk about his feelings, to lean on those who cared about him. Slowly, he began opening up, sharing that he felt like he was grieving, not just the end of the marriage but the loss of the life he thought they would have together. As the weeks turned into months, both Jennifer and Bill started finding their own paths. Jennifer spoke about the importance of self-discovery, about learning who she was beyond the roles of wife, mother, and doctor. Bill, too, began exploring new interests, focusing on his mental health and well-being. Though the pain of the split didn't disappear overnight, both were determined to rebuild their lives in their own ways, and in the end, Jennifer Arnold's final goodbye was not just the end of a love story. It was a reminder that sometimes even the most beautiful journeys have to take separate roads. For Bill Klein, the struggle after the loss was real and raw, but it also marked the beginning of healing and growth. Their story may have changed, but the respect and love they once shared will always remain a part of who they are. As fans continue to support them from afar, one thing is certain: Jennifer and Bill's journey, though marked by heartbreak, will forever inspire those who believe in love, resilience, and the courage to start again. Klein and Dr. Jennifer Arnold, widely known as Bill and Jen from the hit show The Little Couple, is a story that blends determination, love, family, and the magic of television. When the world first met them, viewers were instantly drawn to their warmth, humor, and the way they turned life's challenges into moments of inspiration. But what most people don't realize is just how much effort went into transforming their real-life story into TV gold. Couple didn't just wake up one day and find themselves on a hit reality show. It was a process that took courage. Bill and Jen both grew up with skeletal dysplasia, a condition that presents not only physical challenges but also emotional and social hurdles. Yet, instead of letting those obstacles define them, they pushed forward with remarkable ambition. Jen pursued a medical career and became a highly respected neonatologist, saving the lives of countless premature babies. Bill, on the other hand, carved out a career in business, proving his entrepreneurial spirit time and again. Their success in professional life already told a story worth sharing, but what made it truly captivating was the love they found in each other and the family they dreamed of building together. When television producers approached them with the idea of a reality series, Bill and Jen knew it wasn't a decision to take lightly. Sharing your personal life with the world comes with immense pressure, scrutiny, and of course the challenge of staying authentic in front of the cameras. Yet, the couple recognized that their story had the potential to inspire people across the globe. People facing adversity, couples dreaming of starting a family, and anyone striving to balance personal and professional life while navigating challenges. From the very first season, the Little Couple focused on honesty. Bill and Jen didn't create drama for entertainment. Instead, they let the cameras capture real moments: Jen's medical career, Bill's business ventures, their journey through international adoption, and the everyday joys and struggles of married life. This sincerity quickly became the show's biggest strength. Viewers felt connected to them because everything was real: the laughter, the tears, the triumphs, and the setbacks. One of the biggest behind-the-scenes decisions the couple made early on was to maintain control over how their story was told. In the world of reality TV, it's easy for narratives to be twisted for ratings, but Bill and Jen insisted on keeping things genuine. They worked closely with producers to ensure that the show reflected who they truly were, rather than a manufactured version of reality. This decision paid off, as fans remained loyal season after season, appreciating the show's heartwarming and authentic tone. Their adoption journey was one of the most emotional storylines on the show, but behind the scenes it was even more profound. Bringing home their children, Will and Zoe, from different parts of the world was a dream come true for the couple. The process involved endless paperwork, travel, medical preparations, and emotional ups and downs. By choosing to share this journey publicly, Bill and Jen opened a window into the realities of adoption, educating viewers about both the challenges and the incredible rewards. Families watching from their living rooms gain not only entertainment but also understanding and awareness about adoption and children with special needs. Another major factor in transforming their lives into TV gold was Jen's medical career. Viewers saw her dedication as a doctor, but what they didn't always see was how tirelessly she worked behind the scenes to balance her demanding job with filming and family life. Jen wasn't just a reality TV star, she was a real-life hero saving premature babies while battling her own health challenges, including her brave fight against cancer. When Jen's cancer diagnosis became public, the decision to share it on the show was not made lightly. But by letting cameras document her treatment and recovery, she gave strength to countless viewers facing similar battles. It was one of the most powerful and inspiring moments in reality television history, showing courage, vulnerability, and hope all at once. Bill's role in the show's success is equally important. His sense of humor, business acumen, and unwavering support for his family brought balance to the series. Behind the scenes, Bill often managed the logistics of their busy lives, ensuring that despite the cameras, the family remained grounded. He also explored entrepreneurial ventures, proving that their lives extended far beyond the TV spotlight. Viewers loved seeing this dynamic. Bill the steady, witty problem solver and Jen the compassionate, driven doctor, because it felt real and relatable. The production team played a crucial role in shaping the final product, but much of the show's magic came from the couple's natural chemistry. Bill and Jen had a way of turning ordinary moments, family dinners, doctor visits, school events, into heartfelt television without any need for manufactured drama. The audience wasn't watching for scandals or controversies. They were watching because Bill and Jen's love for each other and their children radiated through the screen. Of course, being in the public eye brought challenges. Social media, public opinions, and the constant presence of cameras could have easily taken a toll on their family. Yet, behind the scenes, Bill and Jen worked hard to protect their children's privacy when necessary, drawing clear boundaries between what was shared publicly and what remained private. This balance allowed them to enjoy the benefits of reality TV fame, financial opportunities, a platform to inspire others, while shielding their family from its potential downsides. Over the years, the little couple became more than just a reality show. It became a source of comfort and inspiration for millions. Behind the scenes, Bill and Jen often heard from fans who said the show gave them hope, whether they were facing medical challenges, considering adoption, or simply needing a reminder that love and perseverance can overcome obstacles. This impact is perhaps the most significant way they turned their lives into TV gold. Not through fame or ratings alone, but through the positive influence they had on people's lives. Even as the cameras eventually stopped rolling, Bill and Jen's legacy in reality television remains strong. They proved that a reality show doesn't need scandals or over-the-top drama to succeed. What it needs is heart, authenticity, and people willing to share their real lives with honesty and grace. Behind the scenes, it took hard work, tough decisions, and endless dedication, but Bill and Jen transformed their personal. Jen Arnold has always been candid about her life, whether it was on camera during the filming of The Little Couple or through interviews and social media posts. But this time, her confession carried a deeper sense of reflection, a bittersweet realization that childhood is fleeting, and her little ones aren't so little anymore. When fans first met Will and Zoe, they were tiny, adorable children with infectious smiles who instantly captured hearts around the world. Will, adopted from China in 2013, came into the Arnold Klein family full of curiosity and charm. Just a few months later, Zoe joined the family from India, bringing her own sparkle and sass. Their journeys to America were filled with emotional ups and downs, but together the family created a beautiful story of love, resilience, and hope. Now, over a decade later, those little toddlers who once clung to Jen and Bill's hands are growing into independent young people with dreams, personalities, and opinions of their own. And for Jen, watching them grow has been both a source of pride and a reminder that time waits for no one. In her confession, Jen shared that sometimes she wishes she could press pause. Life moves so quickly, and between school, activities, friends, and family life, the days often blur together. One moment, she's helping them learn to walk or taking them to preschool, and the next, she's talking about high school plans and future goals. Jen admitted that it's hard not to feel a little emotional when she thinks about how fast it has all happened. Parents everywhere can relate to that. feeling, the tug at the heart when you realize your babies aren't babies anymore. She spoke about how Will, now a teenager, has grown into a thoughtful and kind young man. He has a great sense of humor, a curious mind, and a love for learning that makes her proud every single day. From the shy little boy he once was to the confident young man he is becoming, Will's transformation has been incredible to witness. Zoe, on the other hand, has blossomed into a lively, independent girl with a big personality. Jen laughed as she described how Zoe has always had a mind of her own, never afraid to speak up or stand out. She's creative, energetic, and full of ideas about what she wants to do when she grows up. Whether it's dance, art, or academics, Zoe approaches everything with determination and enthusiasm. For Jen and Bill, watching their kids discover who they are has been the greatest joy of their lives. But as any parent knows, joy is often mixed with a little bit of sadness when you realize childhood doesn't last forever. In her confession, Jen recalled looking through old photos of Will and Zoe as little kids, family vacations, first days of school, birthdays, and holidays. The pictures brought back a flood of memories, tiny voices calling mommy, bedtime stories, and moments of laughter that felt like they happened yesterday. She admitted that sometimes she wonders if she truly savored every moment. Did she hold them enough? Did she slow down long enough to enjoy the simple things like bedtime cuddles or Saturday morning pancakes? It's a thought many parents have, especially as the years pass by so quickly. Jen said that if there's one thing she's learned, it's that time is the most precious gift. You can't get it back. No matter how busy life gets, no matter how many responsibilities pile up, making time for family moments is what truly matters in the end. Jen is focusing on being present for every milestone. High school, new hobbies, friendships, and future plans are all on the horizon, and she wants to be there for every step. She also shared how proud she is of the kind, compassionate people her children are becoming. Both Will and Zoe have learned the importance of kindness, hard work, and family values, lessons Jen and Bill have worked hard to teach them. Another part of Jen's confession touched on the unique challenges her family has faced over the years. From health issues to career changes and even moves across the country, life hasn't always been easy. But through it all, their bond has remained strong. Jen said that her kids have taught her as much as she has taught them. They've taught her patience, resilience, and the importance of seeing the world through a child's eyes, full of wonder, curiosity, and possibility. She became emotional when talking about the future, admitting that the idea of her kids one day leaving for college or starting lives of their own is both exciting and heartbreaking. Every parent wants their child to grow, succeed, and chase their dreams, but it's never easy to let go. For now, though, Jen is choosing to embrace the present. She wants to cheer at every school event, listen to every story about friends and teachers, and laugh at every silly joke her kids tell. Fans of the little couple have always admired Jen for her strength, positivity, and openness. Her latest reflection about Will and Zoe growing up resonated with so many because it's a universal experience. Every parent knows that bittersweet feeling of watching children grow, wanting to see who they'll become while wishing you could hold on to the past just a little longer. Bill and Jen have always been open about their experiences, using their platform to spread awareness about skeletal dysplasia, adoption, and the challenges and triumphs that come with parenting. The show gave the world a chance to see not only their love story but also their resilience, humor, and determination in the face of obstacles. So, what happens when the spotlight dims and real life continues behind the scenes? According to both Bill and Jen, life without the cameras has been both refreshing and a little bittersweet. On one hand, they are grateful for the privacy and slower pace that comes with stepping out of the reality TV world. On the other hand, they deeply appreciate the incredible community of fans who supported them for so many years. Couple has often expressed gratitude for the opportunity to share their story, hoping it made a difference in people's lives and inspired others facing similar challenges. Thinking of the kids, Will and Zoe have grown up so much since fans first met them. Both children, adopted from different countries, have brought endless joy into Bill and Jen's lives. Away from the cameras, they are thriving in school, exploring extracurricular activities, and building their own identities outside the world of reality TV. Jen has shared that one of the biggest blessings of stepping away from the show has been giving Will and Zoe a chance to grow up with more privacy as they navigate their tween and teen years. Career-wise, both Bill and Jen remain incredibly busy and passionate about their work. Dr. Jen Arnold, as many fans know, is a respected neonatologist and healthcare advocate. Over the years, she has taken on leadership roles in pediatric simulation and healthcare education, often speaking at conferences and sharing her expertise nationwide. She continues to balance her demanding career with family life, proving once again why so many fans admire her dedication and strength. Bill, on the other hand, has always been known for his entrepreneurial spirit. From running his own businesses to managing projects behind the scenes, he has embraced opportunities that allow him to work flexibly while staying deeply involved in family life. Together, Bill and Jen make a strong team, supporting each other's goals while keeping family at the heart of everything they do. Another part of life without the cameras has been the freedom to travel and make decisions without public scrutiny. During their time on the show, even small choices often became topics of conversation among fans. Now they can take trips, try new things, and make changes in their lives without feeling the need to share every detail publicly. That sense of normalcy has been refreshing for them as a couple and as parents. Health has always been an important topic for Bill and Jen, given their experiences with skeletal dysplasia and past medical challenges. Without the cameras, they have been able to focus on their well-being privately while continuing to advocate for healthcare awareness publicly when it matters most. Jen has often emphasized the importance of regular checkups, proactive care, and staying informed about health options, advice she follows closely herself. Couple also remains connected to fans through social media, where they occasionally share updates, family photos, and milestones. While it's not the same as having a full TV crew following them around, it gives fans a way to stay in touch and celebrate the family's journey from afar. Bill and Jen have made it clear. Jen Arnold is a mom who wears many hats. As a neonatologist, she spends her days saving lives and caring for premature and critically ill babies. At home, she's the mother of two wonderful children, Will and Zoe, whom fans have watched grow up on the show over the years. Parenting itself is already a full-time job, but adding a demanding medical career and the pressures of being in the public eye creates a whirlwind that only someone like Jen could handle. With such grace. Yet, like every parent, Jen has her moments of stress, self-doubt, and exhaustion. One of the first challenges Jen has openly discussed is the constant balancing act between career and family life. As a physician, her work hours are long and unpredictable. There are days when she comes home after grueling shifts at the hospital only to dive right back into her parenting role. From helping with homework to managing school projects and extracurricular activities, Jen admits there are times she wishes she had more hours in the day. It's a reality so many parents can relate to, the guilt of feeling like they are never giving enough at home or at work. Another stressor Jen often highlights is the pressure of raising children in today's digital world. When Will and Zoe were little, the biggest concerns revolved around nap schedules, healthy meals, and preschool readiness. But now, as they grow older, Jen faces the daunting task of guiding them through a world filled with social media, peer pressure, and constant online exposure. Like any parent, she worries about screen time. Education is another area that keeps Jen on her toes. Both Will and Zoe are bright and curious, but like many children, they each have unique learning needs and interests. Jen often talks about the challenge of making sure they not only succeed academically but also develop confidence, kindness, and resilience. She admits there are times when she stresses over whether she's making the right choices about their schooling, extracurriculars, and future opportunities. It's a common parental worry, wanting to open every possible door for your kids while also not overwhelming them with expectations. Health concerns, of course, hold a special place on Jen's list of parenting stressors. As a doctor, she knows more than most about the risks, illnesses, and accidents that can happen at any time. That medical knowledge is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, she is equipped to handle emergencies. On the other, she's acutely aware of every possible what-if scenario. As a mom, she has shared how even minor illnesses can set off waves of anxiety, and she constantly strives to keep her children healthy while not letting worry take over family life. Parenting in the public eye brings an entirely different set of pressures that most parents will never face. Since the little couple first aired, fans have loved following Will and Zoe's milestones. But with that fame comes criticism, unsolicited advice, and scrutiny from strangers who don't always see the full picture. Jen has been open about how tough it can be to protect her children's privacy while also sharing their lives with fans who genuinely care. The line between public and private life is often blurred, and Jen admits it can be stressful trying to maintain normalcy amid fame. Another source of parenting stress for Jen is teaching her children about kindness, diversity, and inclusion in a world that doesn't always embrace differences. Both Will and Zoe were adopted internationally, and as a family of little people, the Arnolds have faced unique challenges. Jen often worries about how the world will treat her children as they grow older. She works hard to prepare them for questions, prejudices, and the occasional cruelty they may encounter, while also teaching them to be proud of who they are. It's a balancing act between shielding them from negativity and empowering them to stand tall in the face of adversity. Like many parents, Jen also feels the pressure of time slipping away too quickly. As Will and Zoe grow up, she often reflects on how fast childhood flies by. She has shared her bittersweet feelings about milestones like birthdays, school graduations, and the kids developing their own interests and independence. There's joy in watching them grow, of course, but also the constant worry about whether she's savoring every moment before they're off to lead their own lives. Financial planning for the future is another stressor Jen acknowledges. While the family has done well financially, she, like many parents, feels the weight of preparing for college, emergencies, and long-term security. It's a universal parental concern, wanting to ensure your kids have everything they need without spoiling them or losing sight of important values like hard work and gratitude. Finally, Jen has spoken about the emotional toll parenting can take. The sleepless nights, the worries about whether you're doing enough, the mental checklist that never ends, all of it can be overwhelming. She emphasizes that it's okay for parents to admit they're stressed and to lean on each other for support. Parenting was never meant to be a solo mission, and Jen encourages moms and dads everywhere to share their struggles, ask for help when needed, and celebrate the small victories together. Across the nation, and Jen Arnold is right at the center, leading the charge with incredible determination. So, what exactly is happening? Why is this petition causing so much buzz, and what motivates Jen Arnold to push this issue forward with so much passion? Let's break it all down. For those who don't know, Dr. Jen Arnold isn't just a reality TV personality. She's a doctor, a mom, an advocate, and someone who has faced countless challenges throughout her life as a person with dwarfism. Over the years, she's shared her journey with millions of viewers on The Little Couple, giving fans a glimpse into her professional career, family life, and the ups and downs of living with a rare condition. But beyond the TV cameras, Jen has always used her voice to advocate for understanding, respect, and change. The word midget has long been a point of contention for the dwarfism community. Many consider it a slur, deeply offensive, outdated, and hurtful. Yet, for decades, it has lingered in casual conversations, media portrayals, and even product branding. And that's exactly what Jen Arnold wants to change. Through her petition, she hopes to raise awareness, educate the public, and ultimately push for the elimination of a word that has caused pain for so many. Now, let's be clear, this isn't just about a single word. It's about what the word represents. For generations, people with dwarfism have battled stereotypes, ridicule, and discrimination. Words have power. They shape perceptions, influence attitudes, and can either uplift or demean. For Jen Arnold, the fight against the term midget isn't about political correctness. It's about human dignity. It's about ensuring that children growing up with dwarfism won't have to face the same hurtful labels that so many before them endured. And here's where things get interesting. While thousands have signed and supported the petition, there's also been pushback. Some argue that society is becoming too sensitive, that words shouldn't carry so much weight, or that eliminating a term won't fix larger issues of discrimination. This is where the controversy comes in. But Jen Arnold isn't backing down. In interviews, she's explained that change always brings resistance. Movements for equality and respect often start with something small, a word, a phrase, and grow into something much bigger. For Jen, this petition is personal. She shared stories about her own experiences, the bullying she faced, and the countless times she was reduced to a single word rather than seen for her accomplishments, intelligence, or character. And she knows she isn't alone. The dwarfism community has long spoken out against the term, with organizations like Little People of America officially condemning its use. By lending her voice and public platform, Jen is amplifying a message that many have been trying to share for decades. Words matter, and this one needs to go. One of the most powerful aspects of Jen Arnold's fight is how she balances passion with education. She isn't attacking those who've used the word in the past. Instead, she focuses on awareness, explaining why it's harmful, sharing real stories of pain caused by the term, and encouraging people to see things from a different perspective. That's likely one reason why her petition has gained so much traction. It isn't about blame, it's about growth and empathy. But as with any social issue, the road forward isn't easy. Critics argue about free speech, about where the line should be drawn, and whether petitions like this really lead to meaningful change. And yet, history shows us that language often evolves because brave individuals speak up. Terms once considered normal eventually become unacceptable because society learns, reflects, and chooses better. Jen Arnold is betting that this petition can be part of that shift. It's also worth noting that this fight connects to a larger movement happening worldwide. Across different communities, people are challenging slurs, labels, and terms that dehumanize. Whether it's about race, disability, gender, or other identities, the message is the same. Respect starts with language. For the dwarfism community, eliminating the word midget is a step toward being seen and treated with the dignity every person deserves. What's truly inspiring is how Jen Arnold is using her personal story to drive this forward. She's not a politician, not someone sitting in a boardroom making policies. She's a mom raising kids, a doctor saving lives, a woman sharing her life openly on TV, and now an advocate saying, "Enough is enough." That authenticity resonates with people. It reminds everyone that behind every social issue are real humans with real experiences and real emotions. And here's another layer. This petition isn't just about removing a word from dictionaries or banning its use in media. It's also about starting conversations in families, schools, and workplaces. It's about teaching kids kindness and showing adults how casual words can carry heavy histories. Jen has said before that change begins at home, with parents teaching respect and empathy. By pushing this petition, she's giving people a reason to talk about it, to reflect on the words they use, and to choose better ones moving forward. As the petition continues to grow, so does the discussion around it. Reporters are sharing it online, celebrities have begun to voice agreement, and advocacy groups are rallying behind the cause. On the flip side, debate continues on talk shows, comment sections, and community forums. Some call it a step toward progress, while others label it unnecessary. But isn't that what change always looks like at first? Uncomfortable, debated, but ultimately transformative? Jen Arnold herself has expressed hope that even those who disagree will at least listen. She believes most people don't use hurtful words out of malice, but out of habit or ignorance. And habits can change when people are willing to learn. So where does this go from here? If the petition gains enough signatures and attention, it could lead to real policy changes. Companies rebranding products, media outlets adjusting language standards, and maybe even lawmakers considering anti-discrimination measures tied to language. But even if those big steps take time, the conversations happening right now are already a form of progress. At the heart of it all is Jen Arnold's message. Words can hurt, but they can also heal. Choosing respect costs nothing, but it can mean everything to someone who has spent their life feeling marginalized by a single word. Her fight is a reminder that advocacy doesn't always start with marches or